Good morning, children. Today we will start the new topic in electricity, and that is combinations of resistors. It is part 6. So resistor, all of you know, that are conductors in the electric circuit, and combination, how we can join if these conductors are more than one. Up till now we have learned this simple electric circuit where a cell, this is the resistor or conductor, this is the electric circuit, ammeter is there, then this plug key is there, and this is the cell or battery. So this is the simple circuit, only one resistor is there and one cell, and this cell, it sends a current in this circuit and it comes back to the negative terminal. This is the simple circuit. Now what is combination of circuits? If more than one circuit are present in the electric, more than one resistor is present in electrical circuit, they can be joined in two ways. These are joined in two ways. The first is known as series circuit or series combination, and second is known as parallel combination. So if the resistors are more than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then we can join either in series combination or in parallel combination. Now first of all we will take what is series combination. This is the normal with 1. So if we have suppose 3, we have suppose 3 resistors. So either this is first, second and third. These 3 resistors are there. This is the cell, this is the plug key, this is ammeter. We can put ammeter anywhere in the circuit. This is plus side. So this is the plus side of the ammeter. This is minus, this is minus. These are suppose 3 resistors. So these resistors can be joined like this, end to end. This is the end of first, this is the start of second. This is the end of second, start of third. This is the end of third, and it is joined to the external wire. This is the start, this is joined to the external wire. So 3 resistors, they are joined end to end consecutively. You can understand by this. Suppose there are 3 boys. These 3 boys are there, and the hand of this boy is joined by the hand of the one hand to the second boy. The second hand is joined to the one hand of the third boy. The other hand to the external circuit, the other hand to the external circuit. So both hands, they are joined with different boys. One with this and the center boy, one is this and one with this. So these are, suppose these are resistors. So if they are joined end to end consecutively, then we say it is a series combination. And in parallel combination, they joined in a different way. We will discuss when we will take parallel combination. So first we take series combination. So series, I will draw. This is in series combination. Suppose these are 3 resistors, and there I should make somewhat bigger one. This is the cell, this is key, this is ammeter, and this is the circuit. So these 3 resistors they are joined with end to end and they are in series. Suppose the resistance of these three is R1, R2 and R3. These are different resistors, so their resistance will be different. And there, what about their potential difference? Potential difference, suppose they have V1, V2 and V3. This is the cell, suppose it has 6 volt potential difference and it sends current to the circuit. The current will go like this, will go like this, will go like this here. This current has no other path, so this will enter to R1, then it will enter to R3, enter to R2, R3, then exit and then here and come back to the negative terminal of battery. In this way, this current is flowing. Suppose the total current in the circuit is I. The current in R1 is I1, in R2 is I2 and in R3 is I3. So resistance R1, R2, R3, PD, voltage drop or voltage potential difference, V1, V2 and V3, and current I1, I2 and I3. Now we will look, is Ohm's law can be applied to this type of circuit where more than one resistor is present. First of all, what are the properties of this type of circuit? Known as, these are the combination of resistors in series combination. So the first point is all the resistors, you write down these, all the resistors joined end to end consecutively. So all the resistors, they join end to end consecutively. The second point is, this is the individual resistance. So what should be the total resistance of circuit? And that is known as equivalent resistance of circuit. Second is equivalent resistance, and it is noted by REQ. Equivalent resistance of the circuit is EQ is equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3. If more are there, then R4, R5. That is the sum of all the resistors. The sum of all the individual resistors is the equivalent resistor of the circuit. What does it mean? It means the total resistance in this circuit is sum of individual resistors. So this is the second point. The third point is current, that is I, flowing in the circuit is same for all resistors. The current is same for all resistors. This I, if I is flowing in R1, this should be I, in R2 this should be I, in R3 this should be I. What does it mean? That is the circuit current I should be equal to I1, should be equal to I2 and should be equal to I3 and so on. That is the current which is flowing in the circuit is equal to I1, that is equal to I2, I3. That is in all the resistors, the same current is flowing, same current is coming back to the negative terminal. So this is the third point. Now the fourth point, what about the PD or potential drop? Potential drop is different in all resistors. So potential drop is difference in all resistors, and the fifth point is potential drop. Fifth point is potential drop of battery or cell. Battery, or you can say potential drop of circuit. It is also known as supply PD. Supply voltage. Supply voltage. So this supply voltage this is the fifth point, that is supply voltage is equal to sum of voltages of all resistors. What does it mean? That if V is the supply voltage, it is equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3. That is the sum of these three. The PD of these three, their sum is equal to the supply voltage which is given by cell or battery. So these 5 points are for series combination. All the resistors join hand in hand. Equivalent resistor. Equivalent resistance means the resistance of the circuit. Total resistance. Equivalent means total resistance. In some books, instead of REQ, RS is also written. RS means equivalent resistance in series. So this EQ is equal to R1, R2, R1 plus R2 plus R3. That is sum of these three is the equivalent resistance. Then third point is I is same in all the resistors. The fourth point, PD is different. So this will have one PD, this will have other PD, and this will have other PD. They are different. And the fifth, the PD of all, that is V1 plus V2 plus V3 is equal to the PD of battery or cell. These three should be equal to this. Now we can check, are all these points true or not? So we will take one by one. First, we can see all are joined one after the other or end to end. So this is correct. Now equivalent resistance is, so we can write, if the resistance here is 1 ohm, it has suppose 2 ohm, suppose it has 3 ohm. So what will be the equivalent resistance? R EQ will be 1 plus 2 plus 3 is equal to 6 ohm. R1 plus R2 plus R3, this is R1, R2, R3. So total is 6 ohm. So the equivalent resistance should be 6 ohm. We can draw a small figure with equivalent resistance. So this resistance, it is, we can replace these three by a small resistance which is 6 ohm. So these three can be replaced by this 6 ohm resistor. So second point is RQ is equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3. This is the second. The third point is current I is same for all the resistors. we can calculate current in the circuit. All of you know the formula for current is V upon R. So V, it is given 6 and R is ERQ 6. So the current will be 1 ampere. See, we have taken here RQ. Why we have taken REQ? Because this cell, this is like the boss of a office. It cannot see individual resistance. It saw all of them together. It cannot differentiate how many resistors are present, what is their independent resistance. This cell, like a boss, it sees all of them together as a single unit. So the I which it gives to the circuit is according to the R equivalent. So when we calculate I in the circuit, we will write I is according to Ohm's law V upon R. So this R should be REQ or R of the total circuit. That's why we have written 6 here. This is REQ. So we have written 6 here and I is 1 ampere. Next we have to see if I is equal to I1, I2, I3. We will take this point later after potential difference. Now I will take fourth point, that is of potential difference, whether it is different in all or not. So if you want to calculate potential difference of this first R1, we know V is equal to IR according to Ohm's law. So the first one, V1, will be equal to I1 into R1. If we are saying this I is common to both all, so we can write I here. So V1 is equal to I R1, or it will be I is 1 ampere, I into R1 is 1 ohm, so it will be 1 volt. So V1 will be 1 volt. Now likewise V2 is I R2, so it will be 1 into 2, it will be 2 volt. V3 is equal to I R3 is equal to 1 into 3 is equal to 3 volt. So the potential difference of R1 is 1 volt, R2 is 2 volt and R3 is 3 volt by Ohm's law. So this is the potential difference. Next we have written supply voltage. This is the supply voltage 6V. It is sum of voltages of all the resistors. We will see supply is 6 here, V1 is 1, V2 is 2, V3 is 3, so 6 volt, 6 volt. So the supply voltage is the sum of all the PDs of individual resistors. 6 equal to 6. So this point is also clear. Now just how we calculate I is equal to I1 is equal to I2 is equal to I3. So what should I rub? I am rubbing this. So the current is same in all. We have to justify this statement. We know current which is given by this battery is I, and suppose the current is I1 in the first. So I1 will be equal to V1 upon R1. This is the formula. What is V1? V1 is 1 and R1 is 1. So current will be 1 ampere. What is I2? I2 is equal to V2 upon R2. What is V2? V2 is 2 volt. R2 is 2 ohm. So the current is 1 ampere. What is I3? V3 upon R3 or 3 upon 3, both are 3. So the current will 1 ampere. So we see that I, which is 1 ampere, we have calculated I before. I is 1 ampere. I of the circuit is 1 ampere, and this I is equal to I1, I2 and I3. Both all are 1 ampere. So we can say that the current which is given by this battery to the whole circuit is same in all the resistors in series circuit. So two things we should memorize by heart. One, in series current is same in all the circuit. Second, PD is different in all the circuits. These two are important properties of series. First, current is same in all the resistors, and second, PD is different in all the resistors. So, and third also, that the PD of individual is the sum of PD of battery. So, these are 3 points. Now, we will write what are the advantages and disadvantages of series connections. There are some advantages and some disadvantages are there of series connection. All of you must be knowing that on Diwali we lit series, a combination of many bulbs. Hundreds of bulbs are joined in series, one after the other, and that's why it is known as series. All the bulbs, they are joined in series, one after the other. So what are the advantages of series? Advantages of series combination. The first advantage is this can be operated by one switch only. This can be operated by one switch only. All are connected in series. So here one switch is there. It can operate all the resistors together. Like in series we lit at Diwali. This is one advantage. And the second advantage, you have seen the resistance is more in series because we add up all the resistors together. So here individual has 1 but together it is 6. Individual has 2, individual has 3 ohm but together that REQ is 6 ohm. So as we can write as resistance is high, so current will be low. They are inversely proportional. I is inversely proportional to R. If R is high, I will be less, so the current will be low, and there is no chance of overloading of current. Overloading not possible. So in series combinations there is no overloading of current. These are two advantages. Now the disadvantages. Some disadvantages are also there. The first disadvantage is if one appliance, or in series you have seen, if one bulb is fused, then whole the series will not lit. All is fused. So if one appliance is spoiled, whole circuit is broken. So if one appliance is spoiled, whole circuit cannot work. This is one disadvantage. The second disadvantage is no appliance get full voltage. Why? We have seen here the voltage here is 1, here voltage 2, here voltage 3. Although the full voltage is 6, so no appliance is getting the full voltage supply and it cannot work properly. So no appliance get full voltage, wherein in the other parallel combination every appliance get full voltage. In our domestic circuits, in our homes, we have parallel connection. So all the appliances, they get full voltage. And number 3, what is the disadvantage? Number 3 is, suppose we have two appliances. One is bulb and other is a heater. So their current requirement is different. Bulb and heater, their current requirement is different. But if they are joined in series, the same current passes through both, so they will not work properly. They need different currents. So two appliances with different current requirement, we cannot join them in series. So these are some disadvantages and advantages of series. Now all of you know what is series combination. More than one resistor, they are joined end to end consecutively, one after the other. Now do one numerical, very simple numerical on series combination, and I am writing. First you pause the video, calculate it by yourself, and then you see the solution I am doing on the blackboard. So I am writing this. So the numerical is, suppose I am drawing the circuit. So this is the circuit. This is the circuit, and suppose here one resistance of 4 ohm is there, here a bulb is there of 20 ohm. This will also work as a resistor, so we can say two resistors of 4 and 20 are present in this circuit. The battery is of 6 volt. This battery is of 6 volt. Now what you have to calculate? First you have to calculate equivalent resistance of the circuit. Second, you have to calculate current in circuit. Third, you have to calculate potential drop across each resistor, that is across this resistor also and across this lamp also. So we have to calculate these 3 things or 4 things. So you pause the video and try to calculate by yourself using Ohm's law formula. Are you trying? Or we will do now R equivalent. So we know R equivalent is equal to R1 plus R2. Suppose this is R1, this is R2. So it will be 4 plus 20 is equal to 24 ohm. So R1, R equal to will be 24 ohm. This is one thing. First is calculated. Second, current in circuit. What is the formula of current? I is equal to V upon R, and this R should be R equivalent. I is equal to V upon R. So what is V? V of the circuit is 6. 6 upon 24. So 6 is V, 24 is RQ. So it will be 1 by 4 or 0.25 ampere. So the current which is flowing in this circuit is 0.25 ampere. This is the current. Now we have to calculate PD. Now this current, as we know, the current is same in series. 0.25 will go in this and 0.25 will go in bulb also. The current is same in the circuit, so everywhere, and this is coming and coming back. So we want to calculate PD across each. So PD of this resistor, this is first, this is second, and third is PD across resistor 1. So what is the formula for PD? The formula for PD is V is equal to I into R. What is I? I is 0.25. R of this is 4 ohm. So this will be 100 is equal to 1 volt. So this is 1 volt. The PD of this first will be 1 volt. Now PD of the bulb, PD across bulb R2 will be V is equal to I into 20. I is 0.25. So it will be 505. So 5 volt will be the PD of this, 1 volt will be the PD of this. So these three things are asked. We have done equivalent resistance, then we have done current in the circuit. We have to remember, then we are calculating current in the circuit, we have to use equivalent resistance, not individual. PD across this, I of this and R of this. I is same, 0.25 into 4 is 1. IR 0.25 into 20 is 5. So this is the answer. One more thing we can see here, the total is V, which is 6. 6V is the total supply, and we have 1V plus 5V in these both, which is equal to total 6V. As we have said earlier that the total voltage of the circuit is sum of voltages of different resistors. So this is 1V here, this is 5V here, and total is 6V. So it is equal. So this is about the series combination. You do more numericals from book or reference books. We will do some more after finishing the parallel combination. You know, I am talking about parallel, but we have circuits having both parallel and series. Both combinations can be present in a single circuit. So we will do those numericals also, and after this we will finish the parallel combination in the next video. That's all. Thanks.